Good evening, everyone. So, the purpose of this reading is to get some advice for you on how to get what you desire. So before we begin, I just want to remind you that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me if you so wish. And the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. And I also have some art in there as well if you want to check it out. Let's start. So we have 3 piles here, 1, 2, 3. We have Citrine crystal, Amethyst crystal, and a Quartz crystal on top of each pile. So I'm going to count down to 10 and then let you decide between the 3 piles. Don't think about it too much. I would just go with whatever crystal sort of grabs your attention from the get-go. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you've made your decision, I'm going to start with the first pile here, the Citrine crystal group. So let me just move this out of the way here. And, we will begin. So let's see, we have Illusion as sort of an underlying card. We have the Devil. We have the Chariot. We have the Knight of Spades, or the Knight of Swords. We've got actually to make this easier, let me just scoot these up a little bit just to make some extra space. Bear with me. Okay, and then we have so this is going to be actually the last piece of advice, so let me save that for later. And then we have Dilerante, which has a meaning as well. Okay, let me just connect this together. Just give me one moment. So here I'm seeing that there may be some issues here with temptation that you're going through right now. Maybe some escapism represented by illusion, which is actually the moon. Illusion, aka the moon. So I'm getting that you're suffering from some temptation, maybe some escapism. Like if you have problems, maybe you feel like you want to get away by doing something that involves maybe not the most healthy solutions. Like maybe you turn to emotional eating, or I don't know, maybe even like drugs or alcohol, or like binge watching TV, or just something that isn't necessarily healthy, whatever that might be. So I'm getting the strong message here that you really need to, you're really having kind of a tough time right now balancing something. You are trying to surge ahead to get whatever you desire, but I'm seeing that you're having some hardship balancing between your mind and your heart. And here I'm seeing that your heart is definitely taking precedence over your mind, but I think the general advice here is that there's conflict between the two, your mind and your heart. And the overall reaching advice, I think, is to use your mind more. Try not to fall into escapism, and definitely just get into your mental, sort of logical, rational sort of state in order to get what you desire. So if you've been really leading with your emotions and your heart, definitely, I'm not going to say push it aside, but definitely try to lead more with your mind, like logic and reason. So one last final piece of advice for you. So wholeness. I am complete, whole, and filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. FYI to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. Ah, how cute. Okay, so I'm seeing here that, you are whole as you are. You are enough. You don't need to turn to escapism. You don't need to escape, because I see here that as long as you are able to balance out your emotions from your brain, mind, so really try to gain a clear perspective, become clear-headed. I'm seeing that you will be very full force ahead in terms of getting what you desire. So I hope this was interesting and helpful for you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And once again, I just want to remind you that I have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me. And the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move straight on to the second group, the Amethyst group. So let's see what we have for you guys. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Page of Coins, we've got the Three of Wands, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, okay, lots of swords energy, we have Artista, and then we have, oh, this is the last piece of advice. Probably not show that to you yet because that comes at the end. Okay, so just give me a moment to piece all of this together. So what I'm getting for you, how to get what you desire, I'm getting that you are going to have to start from the beginning. I think that, I don't know if this is necessarily financial, but I'm seeing that it could be related to finances, but it could also be like karma, like you need to start from the bottom, not necessarily the bottom, but the very beginning, like be okay with starting from the beginning of the path or the road in gathering good karma, finance, abundance, prosperity, whatever it may be. You have to start somewhere. And this is the Page of Coins. And yeah, embarking on something new, new ideas, new passions, new, it's just anything that pulls you in some way right now. Definitely don't be afraid to start the first step. I know it's really difficult sometimes to think, oh my gosh, I have this long road ahead of me. Like, it's so difficult to just begin that first step. But here I'm saying that you have to start somewhere, and eventually you will become very abundant and prosperous in whatever you're trying to gain, whether it be finances, prosperity, abundance, and other areas of your life. I'm also seeing here that you're going to have to definitely let go of something. I don't really know exactly what it is that you have to let go of, but I'm seeing here that you've been getting some anxiety, a lot of anxiety over whatever that is, something that's stressing you out. If you feel like this is eating away at my soul, my recommendation is let it go, and don't be afraid to start fresh. Don't be afraid to start over from square one, because as long as you put your heart into it. So here we have the Artista card. As long as you are passionate about it, you're creative about it, you allow yourself to open your mind, body, and spirit to this new endeavor, I'm seeing that you will reach a place of prosperity and abundance, whether it be in terms of karma, abundance, prosperity, whatever new endeavors you have. But I'm getting this strong feeling of, yeah, you need to start from the first square one, or step one. And here I have one last piece of advice. Let's see what we have. Reliability. So I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all commitments, even the ones that may have seemed small and insignificant to a less reliable me. From now on, flaking is just for dandruff commercials and cereal factories. So yeah, just don't be afraid to start from square one, to start from scratch, to start all over again, and to let go of whatever it is that's been really eating away at your soul. I think subconsciously you know that it's not good for you. Just let that part of your life go, and don't be afraid to start over, and really allow yourself to open your mind, body, spirit, and soul to some creative endeavors, because you will in fact get to a place of prosperity and abundance, and you will achieve what you desire. So I hope this was helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And I just want to remind you again, group 2, that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me. And the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move on to the last but not least, third group, the Quartz Crystal group here. So let's see what we have for you guys. So we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Four of Cups, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the 10 of Cups, we have the 3, let me just scoot these up. We have the 3 of Pentacles, and then we have, I don't know how to pronounce that. I just know that it means, jealousy. Okay, that's kind of a heavy card. Oh, and this is the last piece of advice. I should really maybe flip that over at the end, because that's, best for last. So let me just put this together. Okay, so I'm seeing that in order to get what you desire, do not be afraid to reach out to your family, your loved ones, your very close friends, close network, or your team at work, or group that that you may have. Even if it's not work, it could be anything involving working together on some form of project or cause. Don't be afraid to reach out to those people as well. But I'm also seeing some form of a burden here. 10 of Wands indicates some burden in terms of you have some haters in your midst. Like this means jealousy in Italian. See, there's these lovers, there's these happy people, and then there's this jealous person sort of on looking. If you've ever heard of the evil eye, that's kind of the energy that might be around you right now. If you want to be superstitious, I recommend, trying out some evil eye jewelry, burning some white sage, like a white sage candle, or even sprinkling salt, in around your door entryways. But you don't have to do that. I just think that that's kind of comforting. But if you want to be superstitious, go right ahead. Also, you can, just try talking to that person, or just trying to connect with that person, like, who's sort of coming from a place of lower vibrational energy. Like, you don't have to understand them, but you could at least maybe try to figure out how to make the situation better, like how to just deal with it in a mature and calm way. That being said, in order to get what you desire, just don't be afraid to reach out to your network. Just ignore the haters. I know it's difficult. If you can't ignore it, try to sort of come to terms with it. Try to talk to them, or try to, don't burden yourself with trying to figure out why they are coming from a place of lower vibrational energy. But definitely don't be afraid to, I think, let go of the burden. Like, if it's been stressing you out, focus on other things. Focus on your family, your close network, your team, your group, the people that, you love, and who love you back unconditionally. Because there has been some burden here I'm seeing with this sort of hater, like jealousy, like evil eye, lower vibrational energy that has kind of been ping-ponging around you, I'm seeing here. But here I'm seeing that there's also a need for you to maybe open up in terms of showing vulnerability. Like, maybe you have some trouble with showing vulnerability, opening yourself up to others, whether it be emotionally or mentally. So there's a need for that, to definitely open up and not be afraid to be vulnerable. Like, here I see Queen of Swords. This kind of goes hand in hand with you kind of really holding on to your feelings, really not letting go, really keeping those doors tightly shut when it comes to showing vulnerability and sort of this cold defensiveness here that I'm seeing that you may need to let go of, and really try to just let go of the haters, especially the burden, because you don't need that in your life. And really try once again to focus on the ones that you love, the ones that love you unconditionally, and really just get involved with your team, group, or community here. And your friends, and really don't be afraid once again to let go of that sort of defensiveness, defensive mode, that fear of showing vulnerability. Don't be afraid to let that go. Don't be afraid to let your haters go, that sort of evil eye, lower vibrational energy in your midst. Just let go and really focus on, love, and just developing a feeling of abundance when it comes to love, warmth, this abundant sort of energy. And a last piece of advice here I see. So oh wow, okay, yeah, vulnerability. See how that matches exactly. So I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. I feel like a kindergartner. Everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free. So there you have it. I mean, it's pretty crystal clear, let go of that swords defensiveness, cold swords defensive sort of energy, fear, vulnerability, and really try to focus on just that inner sort of state of mind where you feel this, warmth, prosperity, like sunshine, almost like you're allowing yourself to bathe yourself in this warm golden sunshine, and really getting involved with, those that you mutually love unconditionally. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was interesting. Once again, I want to remind you that I have an Etsy page where you can get personal readings from me if you so wish. And the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And I hope to see you guys later. Bye.